Episode 14 of Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. I'm Miles, this is Jimmy. It's not really new anymore now, we're 7 rounds into the Premier League. It's the show where we talk about the Premier League, we talk about football, we drink some beer, hence the name Pub Football. We've just had, like we said, week 7 of Premier League action. Big weekend. There's some interesting talking points from the weekend. There wasn't many dramas, like massive, the VAR calls, bad decisions from referees. Still plenty to talk about though. I'm looking forward to getting into it. First, let's run through the results. The early kickoff on Saturday, Liverpool scraped it 1-0 away at Sheffield United. We had Aston Villa Burnley 2-2, Bournemouth West Ham 2-2, Chelsea beat
goals.
Chelsea beat Brighton 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. Frank Lampard's first win at Stamford Bridge. Crystal Palace beat Norwich City 2-0. Tottenham beat Southampton 2-1. Wolves beat Watford 2-0 as well. It's a big result there. Everton losing at home to Manchester City 3-1. On Sunday, Leicester City beat Newcastle 5-0.
Yes.
And we are about 45 minutes, an hour away.
We are just under an hour away from the big one.
From Man United Arsenal on the Monday night. So this will probably be, you'll probably see this on Tuesday morning, but this is before Man United Arsenal, so we'll talk about that on Thursday. Looking
very optimistic at the moment. That will probably change tomorrow.
Let's start at the top, as we normally do. Liverpool scraping it away to Sheffield United. I was watching this while I was doing a show, and incredible performance from Sheffield United. They really took it to Liverpool. Yeah. And I've said this, the way to play against them, you could sit back and lose 4-0 like everyone did last year. Yeah. Or you can go at them and lose 4-0. Or, they lost to a goalkeeping error and they had chances.
Agreed, and I think Norwich have paved the way for this really against Man City a few weeks ago. If you just give it a go, you never know what might happen. And as you said, I thought United played really well. It's a shame about the mistake, but
Dean Henderson.
Yeah, and then for your manager to come out and literally slate you is not a good thing either.
Yeah, and that was interesting, wasn't it? Chris Wilder came out and said, if you want to be a professional footballer, you have to learn from these mistakes. If you want to play for Man United, he needs to learn to stop making these mistakes. Yeah. And there was no, I'm not going to put an arm around him, he's a professional footballer. I like it, but at the same time, you've got to think, could he protect him a little bit
Do it behind
more?
Closed doors. Be positive in the public and behind closed doors. Absolutely slate him. I've got no issue with that. Yeah.
Again, great chances. Ferguson. Is it Ferguson up front? No.
McGoldrick.
It wasn't McGoldrick.
McBurney.
Was it McGoldrick?
I don't know.
The striker had loads of chances.
Yeah.
Loads of chances.
Yeah, he did.
It's been a long weekend. The striker had loads of chances and should have scored a few.
Liverpool didn't really do a lot, did they? They just got over the line.
Sheffield United deserved something out of the game.
100%.
I love Chris Wilder coming out before the game and saying we can't be in all of these people. We're in the Premier League. We're on a level playing field with them. I love that, and the attitude was shown by the players. I thought they were great.
Agreed.
One slight maybe, I said there was no VAR. One maybe slight VAR issue. I think Mane probably should have had a penalty.
Yes, he should have. Lundstrom. Yeah, he did. Yeah, agreed.
VAR didn't overturn that for whatever reason. No. Apparently, kicking someone in the box isn't a penalty anymore.
But apart from that, you can see Sheffield United picking up points against teams at Bramall Lane. It's a difficult place to go, and if they play like that every week, they've got a cracking chance.
Absolutely, and they didn't alter their style that much.
No,
the centre backs went forward, the full-backs were getting. It was incredible.
They're just very well drilled. They've stopped Liverpool playing in the spaces. They just played really well, and very, very unlucky.
I tell you what, winning 1-0 when you don't play well, you know what that's the form of?
Champions.
That's the form of champions, isn't it?
Europa League winners.
Aston Villa Burnley 2-2. Again, Aston Villa dropping points from winning positions.
They need to stop doing this, Villa.
They went ahead twice.
Yeah, McGinn scored the second. You thought, that's it. They might just nick this. What was it? 60 seconds later, Wood heads one in. And that was it. It was like, okay.
I love the VAR celebrations this weekend. McGinn had one ruled out in the first half of VAR, which was the right call. He was offside.
Yeah, he was.
And then when he scored, brilliant. I love that. But Aston Villa needs to start picking up wins in these games, but it's still encouraging because they're playing okay.
They're playing okay. They're scoring goals, which is good. McGinn's really can't get a couple now.
I like McGinn.
Wesley's not doing really good.
His finish was lovely.
But they do need home against Burnley. I know Burnley are quite difficult opposition, but those are the games you want to pick up points in.
Yeah.
And they might look back at the end of the season and go, those are the games we should have got something out of.
Especially if you go ahead. They scored immediately. I know there's the old saying that you're most vulnerable when you've just scored, but still you've got to stay switched on after a goal.
100%, yeah.
And they'll be really
the build-up
disappointed.
was just really easy. It's
Yeah.
just one ball into sort of the centre of the pitch, straight out wide, ball in, goal. Easy. It's like, okay, it's poor.
Yeah, I'm worried for Aston Villa. I really am.
Yeah, I'm becoming a bit concerned that they are dropping too many points.
They're just hanging just above the relegation
They
zone.
are, and I've got a feeling that's where they might be for the majority of the season.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, having come up from the Championship, surely the goal is 17th.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And then you build
Anything
the
above
following
that's
season.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be aiming for 10th.
Yeah.
So if they are down there, as long as they stay at 17th, as long as they keep their head above,
Yeah.
that's a successful season for me.
I think
Dean Smith's done a good job.
Yeah, the encouraging thing is, unlike a couple of the other teams we'll mention later, they're scoring, which is a big thing.
Yeah.
And if you're scoring goals in every game, you've got half a chance.
Well, they've got Jack Grealish. I like Jack Grealish. I think that he's not
done a lot so far this
not,
season. But
yeah, he's not really proving himself yet, but I do like him. I think that he's got the ability to unlock a defence.
And I agree. I think there'll be a period of the season where he has sort of 4 or 5 games on the bounce where he has blinders, and that could save them. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him play a little bit better.
Another great game though is Bournemouth West Ham.
Yeah.
Both teams have done really well this season. They've started the season superbly.
Yeah, West Ham, fair play. Yarmolenko's finish was absolutely brilliant.
Yarmolenko has been like a new signing this year after his long injury layoff. He is a very good player. He was linked with Liverpool and Spurs, I'm sure, in the last few years.
When he was back in Dynamo, when he was back at Dynamo Kiev, he was a very, very good player.
No one got him.
No.
West Ham went and got him. What a signing. Sebastian Haller, great feat for a big man in the build up to that goal.
The entire build up.
Picked the ball out of the air.
Anderson's ball, Haller's touch, goal. It was just like, oh wow, okay. Yeah, I really
great.
like the look of West Ham.
I think they look like a very, very good side. Aaron Creswell scoring 2 and 2 as well. Who would have seen that coming?
I think Bournemouth, can count themselves a little bit unlucky. Obviously, I think Callum Wilson should have probably scored just before Creswell's.
Yeah.
If that goes in, you go, right, it's out of sight, it's job done.
Callum Wilson started the season quite well though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking that sort of. I guess it's known as the third striker role because you'd say that Kane and Rashford are the top 2.
If he's not on the phone to Vardy at the moment, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, but I think Abraham and Callum Wilson are both scoring regularly.
Yeah.
They're both putting their hat in the ring. If Vardy went in, I think he'd jump ahead of everyone apart from Harry Kane.
Yeah, agrees. But yeah, Bournemouth doing all right, and obviously they might rue that slightly, but a point's a good result. And it's quite refreshing to see Eddie Howe come out and go, we should be winning games like that, and that's just a sign of where they come from, really, isn't it?
They are a top. I would say they're in the top 8 teams in the league now, and
yeah, definitely top half.
When you're in the top 8 home games that you go ahead in, you should be winning.
I think sort of after maybe not so much Wolves this season, but potentially after Everton, West Ham.
Are they after
Leicester?
Everton?
I reckon just below that. Then you've got Bournemouth. You've got teams like that.
Yeah, Bournemouth, Wolves, but Wolves,
Wolves will pick up. Wolves will do.
Well, I think the best thing that can happen to Wolves would be possibly getting knocked out of the Europa League.
I hope they give it a right good go.
So do I.
Yeah,
but
and they finish 17th. Don't care if they do.
It's true.
Yeah.
Chelsea first home win of the season in the league. First home win for Lampard. It's almost like the monkey off the back. The bogey it's happened. He's got it. Convincing against Brighton. And again, a player who's playing so well at the moment is Fikayo Tomori. Had a dominant game at the back. I really like Chelsea.
Yeah,
I'm starting to really like them.
Yeah, by the sounds of it, they absolutely dominated the game. Probably should have won maybe 3-4-5. But they're playing really well, and they're slowly starting to build, which really is only and they're obviously getting all these players back, which have been mentioned.
Yeah.
Obviously, Reece James didn't play this week, but I'm sure he'll come in at some point.
Yeah, he's coming back in.
Yeah, they've got a really good squad, and they look quite good actually, which is slightly concerning.
Tammy Abraham's on form.
Yeah, didn't score, had chances though.
Interesting though, one interesting thing, Jorginho took the penalty.
Yeah, he's always going to do that.
Yeah, but after the big argument in the Champions League with Barkley, with Willian bending over to do his shin pads up for half an hour or however long he stood in front of him to psych Barkley out, the prick.
Yeah.
Jorginho stepped up.
He was never going to miss.
Did his little flamboyant skip and took a bloody good penalty right in the corner.
And Willian won't be sulking for another week because he scored a goal, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, they both scored. Actually, both the 2 of the 3 players in that penalty fight scored, and neither of them took the penalty.
By the sounds of it, might have been a slight off day for Brighton, but they'll come again.
You starting to think Chelsea for top 4?
Oh yeah, I think you look at it and their squad is quite strong. They're starting to play quite well at the moment.
And they've got Hudson-Odoi coming back.
Yeah, he came on.
Loftus-Cheek is close. You said Reece James has come back all of a sudden. And you know what I like about it? It's a core of strong English players. And possibly this transfer ban, as much as it's meant to be a punishment, could be the best thing to happen to Chelsea for years and years. Could be one of the best things to happen to English football, actually, because the amount of young English players playing in this team.
Well, there's probably about 4 or 5 there, maybe even 6 or 7. You'd probably mention.
Could only be good for the English national team.
And currently, I quite like Chelsea due to the fact there's a real positive morale about them at the moment. And if they ride that crest of wave in a sense and keep picking up wins, don't bet against them. Really don't.
I'm starting to really rate Lampard as a manager.
Yeah.
I think that the thing is, Lampard was always known as a very intelligent footballer. Like, I think he got some GCSEs. I think that was pretty much the.
Beats most of them, doesn't it? So.
that was pretty much the criteria. But no, he's known as a clever bloke, and you can tell by the way he speaks he's quite clever.
Yeah.
But he knows the game. Like he never came across as a guy who had a load of natural footballing ability. Like, of course, he had some. It was in the family. His dad was a pro. His uncle was a pro. But in terms of him, the heights he reached as a player, I don't think his natural ability got him there. I think he was clever. Yeah. It was that late run into the box. That doesn't come naturally. That's you learn how to make that run, and you perfect
training of
taking. What was it? 20 odd penalties. Had to score 20 penalties at the end of training and stuff like that. And I think it shows his management that he's learned the game of football.
Yeah, and I really like the look of them, and we need to stop being so positive about Chelsea. It starts concerning.
I know, it's really annoying. A Tottenham fan and an Arsenal fan being positive about Chelsea is hateful. As for Brighton, we keep saying how positive we think they're playing. The problem is they're starting to slip.
Yeah,
Graham Potter's a good manager, but they are starting to slip now.
I'm not sure. Well, I'm not really sure what to say, but they're starting to slightly struggle to score goals, but away at Chelsea, you're obviously not going to get too many chances.
Yeah.
But as you said, they haven't won at home yet under Potter.
Yeah.
Then you start winning at home. That's a big one.
Morpie's not really hit the ground running.
Murray might pitch in with maybe 10 goals tops.
Murray's old. Murray's like 36 now. You can't rely on him to be your main striker.
And behind that, you got Trossard maybe might pitch in with a couple. It's mainly their goals are going to come from set pieces because Dan Burn's massive, Dunk's massive, Duffy's massive.
They've got to get there first.
Yeah, and to be fair, they hit the bar in the game against Chelsea, which isn't too surprising from set piece.
No, but they've got to get there. They've got to get to the set pieces, and they just. Again, like Aston Villa, starting to worry a bit about Brighton.
If Brighton go maybe 2 or 3 more games without winning, you suddenly go, ooh, okay, here we go.
They're a bit more what we were expecting to be at the start of the season.
Norwich is starting to do that as well, which is starting to annoy me.
I wrote them off at the end of last season. Brighton,
so we'll see what happens in the coming weeks.
Crystal Palace and Norwich. Again, you just said Norwich.
Yeah, it's like I know what we're going to go on to, isn't it, every week?
It's almost like the worst thing that happened to them was beating Man City. So I remember the amount of people that were saying... I think there was Charlie Nicholas's predictions saying that Norwich were going to lose to Burnley, and they go, "We just beat the champions. How are we going to lose to Burnley?" Of course, they lost to Burnley. Now they've lost to Palace. Now this is the Premier League.
Yeah,
that sort of fairy tale honeymoon start to the season where you're riding on a high of coming up from last year. You hit that momentum. That's starting to falter. Now they're seeing what the real Premier League is like. We're 7 games in. They're mid-table, which is really high, but the only way I'm seeing them going right now is down, not up.
Yeah, I think it was a game of just Palace in the key moments, just winning them.
Yeah.
Obviously, a penalty happens. Yeah. Took it really well.
Townsend does.
Yeah.
But every time I see Townsend play, the way he runs down the wing, it never changes. He never looks like he's completely in control of what he's doing.
No, he reminds me of someone we know, but I'm not going to mention names. But Palace are annoying me because I don't want them to stay up and they're getting loads of points. Yeah, Hodgson's doing quite a good job.
They're joint 4th, just about.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think they're in 9th, but they're joint 4th.
But you look at the game, Norwich had quite a lot of chances. I think Campbell had a good chance. I think Pookie had one as well. And you go, if those go in, it's a game of just tight margins. And
that's the difference between staying in the league and going down, unfortunately.
That's true, yeah, agreed. And Norwich have got to learn quick that you've got to take your chances.
I expect both these teams to be down there.
And I think the second Pookie stops scoring, Norwich are in massive trouble. And he's starting to do that already.
Well, yeah, we say that, but he could pop up with 2.
He'll score a hat-trick next week.
He looks like a good finisher. He looks like a lively player.
Yeah.
He looks like a player who'll score goals this season.
Yeah, and
so even in the game, like you said, he had that chance, left foot volley. It wasn't an easy chance.
No,
but he hit
it really well.
Yeah, he hit it really well. He looks like a player who'll score goals to me.
Agreed.
However, I'm starting to worry. They have had a lot of injury problems.
They are still, absolutely. They had to make 2 changes keeper-wise.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's just like wow.
But the problem with that is that these are the moments that derail the season. Unfortunately, if you've come up, you don't have as thick a squad as some Premier League sides. You get some injuries, and that can derail you. And by the time people come back from injury, other players are out of confidence. They're out of form.
Yeah,
it's going to be very difficult for Norwich to turn around. I know it's only 2 games on the bounce they've lost, so I know we're probably scaremongering.
We're going into a tough period. Christmas coming, games are coming thick and fast. Injuries going to happen. You've got to be prepared for it.
Yeah,
and by January they might be absolutely stuffed down the bottom.
In saying that, start of the season, you say after how many games we've had, Norwich are on the amount of points they're on.
Oh, brilliant stuff!
They'd be very happy.
Bite your hand off.
It's not all doom and gloom. It's just they've had 2 losses and they need to turn it round. Because if they keep losing, then it's harder to start winning.
I assume they're at home next week. I can imagine they might pick something up.
They could do.
Yeah.
Into the Spurs-Southampton game. Now, the question is, are Tottenham back? I disagree. I don't think they are necessarily. I think they did very, very well to win this game. Spurs shot themselves in the foot twice. Sergio Aurier, absolute ridiculous. We've said this before. He's a bit of a liability.
He is. He's a massive liability.
You can argue people can argue all they want about the first yellow being the ball had gone out for throwing. Does not matter. What's the first thing you learn as a child playing football? Play to the whistle.
Yes.
You play to the whistle, and even then, the tackle he put in, it was scissor. That could have been. I've seen red cards for that. A scissor tackle like that. It's like someone needs to just tell him, you don't have to win the ball every time. You can just shepherd him out.
I thought Spurs might have struggled. I genuinely think if Spurs had 11 men for the entire game, they would have won it.
Really?
I thought you were on such a bad little run there.
We'd scored first.
Yeah, I get that, but there's something about you. I thought you were going to drop points this weekend. I think the fact you went down to 10 men galvanised you slightly, and I think it worked in your favour. And it got everyone together to go, right, we need to dig in.
I almost think Hugo Lloris, a mistake, did that as well. This is appalling. We keep saying about how bad he is with his feet.
Now, we've seen him live, and he takes chances at the best of times.
Yeah.
He can't kick.
No.
Just do the
I
basics.
saw the best analogy of him. I read it the other day, saying that he's in terms of his goalkeeping, his reflexes, his saves, one of the best in the world. Could be one of the top 5
Second half, he was sensational.
Top 5 goalkeepers in the world in that respect. As soon as the ball's at his feet, it's like a Sunday League player. And they said, and not the tricky winger, the fat guy who plays the centre midfield. and
even he can pass it.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. It sort of makes sense. I agree. Hugo Lloris is not very good with his feet, but I like that Pochettino came out and said it's not Lloris' mistake, it's my mistake. So I asked him to do this.
Yeah,
he's taken
it's the philosophy, isn't it?
Yeah,
so.
and it's a problem that it's a shame Gazaniga's not better with his hands, because with his feet, he's the goalkeeper Spurs.
Lloris reminds me a lot of Czech with his feet. He's great goalkeeper, but just distribution is just horrendous.
He did more than make up for it though, because he made some absolutely world-class saves.
100%. Yeah, Yoshida header. There was a chance for rings or something, I think, towards the end. Yeah, he did really well, and it's a good win.
It was
big win.
And Harry Kane was fantastic. Took his goal well.
Yeah.
Hold-up play was absolutely great. Proper number 9's performance. Calmed everything down for us. Really liked Moussa Sissoko at right back. I really did. I think he brings a lot of energy there, brought a lot of composure. Another outside chance to be our starting right back for the season, especially.
Well, Aurier is terrible, so he's got a great chance.
Now Ndombele seems to be slowly finding his stride.
I thought the keeper should have saved that. It was a terrible effort.
Yeah, but in terms of his all-round play, I thought he played well. Ericsson was a little bit missing again, but a bit improved. Yeah, got the assist. He made one pass. Let's go on to Man City Everton. Now, this is a game I do want to talk about, because Everton could have won this. They had chances.
Yeah, it's the first real test of that Man City back four, and there were chances there. There really were. The goal really came out of nothing for Everton. It was a bit like, where's that come from?
Yeah.
I love that Calvert-Lewin literally died full pelt to get that in. Great.
Yeah.
I was so pleased for him. I was like, yes.
I mean, I guess if you're not sure, you've got to go for it. But
Seamus
come on,
Coleman
man.
must have been fuming.
You saw in his face. He was livid. It's like Nugent on Defoe in
Gary
the England
Neville
game.
on the commentary, you could tell he was fuming as well.
Yeah. Hey, especially the right back, they don't score many goals.
Then
again, Calvert-Lewin's a striker who doesn't score many, although he's scoring at the moment.
Yeah, agreed. He
scoring.
is. That's 3 in 2 games.
Even if he's, nicking them off.
Out of the other strikers at the club, he's the most informed. So you've got to play him at the moment. Walcott did well. Played for 2 minutes.
Sigurdsson could have scored. I feel like if Sigurdsson had used his head and just nodded it over the keeper, he might have scored.
Yeah, there was the stat, wasn't there? As the most shots conceded by Man City in a game this season, and there were chances. There really were.
There were loads of chances. As for City, How good was De Bruyne's ball for, what was it?
Sensational.
Gabriel
First goal.
Jesus. Was
Yeah,
it Gabriel
first goal.
Jesus?
Yeah.
One, yeah. The ball coming from the right-hand side to a right footer to bend it like that. There's no words.
He did it against someone else. I remember watching it with you.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but the ball was absolutely pinpoint. It's like, oh my god.
How's he done that?
I think it's Watford last week, actually. I think he might have done that.
The thing about De Bruyne is if he plays like the way he's playing now, he's got to be a shout for the Ballon d'Or.
You'd like to think so, but
I know he's not scoring a load of goals, but
Yeah.
it's not about goals. It's not all about goals, but he's getting so many assists.
I think
and
he's got 8 assists already.
yeah,
Already
and in
7
terms
games.
of his general, he's
16,
just
yeah.
so good. He's the best player in the Premier League, apart from Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, 100%. And he, let's remember, Man City didn't have him for the majority of last season either. So it's a massive upgrade on their midfield. And he was brilliant on Saturday. Absolutely brilliant.
He really was.
Yeah.
And Sterling scoring again. Missed a sitter as well.
Yeah, the second goal, Pickford should have saved it. It
Yeah.
really slightly annoyed me because it was his side. It was good height. Just save it.
And a really good performance by Riyad Mahrez in the wake of a Bernardo Silva racism scandal. Riyad Mahrez put in a very, very good performance just to remind people, you know what, if something happens with
It's not about backup, is it? Let's be honest.
It's not about backup. It's his best performance.
He'd
for Man
walk
City
into
so
pretty
far.
much every other team in the league. So
I think walking, apart from Liverpool.
Yeah.
He'd be he started. I'd love him at Spurs.
Yeah,
He'd be
love
great
him
at
also
Spurs.
as well,
Wolves Watford was the other game at 3:00 on Saturday. A massive loss for Watford. Massive loss. They need to start winning games.
I don't think he's even. I know they lost, obviously, but I think the performance, it sounded like they were absolutely awful as well. And sounded like there was no kind of commitment or work ethic from anyone in the side. Just seemed a bit lax. And
I almost think they're missing Troy Deeney.
they are missing Troy Deeney massively.
Troy Deeney in most teams it wouldn't be a massive miss because as much as I think he's done a very good job for Watford. He's not exactly a great centre forward, but what he is, he's a leader, and he will.
He's a
make
leader.
Sure
He's
everyone
the
puts
people's
effort
captain, isn't he? He's the club captain. He's a proper captain
He's
as
a
well.
proper. Then there's not many of them left.
And I'd love him leading the line, shouting. You get to get everyone forward to close and press. It'd be great. But they look poor at the moment.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, I'm worried for Watford.
Yeah,
it's this week that's made me go. They might be in trouble.
My concern is they'll again think about if it continues the way it's going to go, they'll think about changing manager again.
They can't get rid of the best looking manager in the Premier
No, they
League.
can't. He's sweaty, man.
Sweaty man, but like manly.
Yeah.
It's like manly sweat. Like it's not like fat bloke.
No.
Who's walked to the shop sweat. It's like
Passionate.
This is like great beard, good hair, just an attract. You can't sack him. You can't sack him on grounds if he's too attractive to be sacked.
No, they just look a little bit disjointed and unsure what they're meant to be doing tactically, and it just looks a bit of a mess at the moment. And they've got some great players in that squad. You'd like to believe they're going to come good, but that back line concerns me massively. Holloway is a liability.
Dawson's not
great.
really improved.
Mariappa shouldn't be a Premier League player in a million years.
No, he shouldn't.
I quite like Firmino.
I like Kiko Firmino and I like Kabasele.
Yeah.
But they need better players around them.
Yeah, agreed.
They really do. Jan Matz, the own goal. And that's another thing, the own goal. It's like with Liverpool.
Yeah.
When you're playing well, when you're on top, luck goes your way.
Yeah.
Liverpool goal.
Classic,
with Watford, when you're bit down, luck goes against you.
Yeah.
It's sort of unlucky from Jan Matz. You felt like he had to go for it because there were players behind him. And, it's happened so quickly. You're just trying to get your head in to nod it wide.
Yeah.
And it just gets it slightly wrong.
Big result for Wolves.
Big result. Needed. Yeah. They were starting to struggle. They need to win the games where they don't have a Europa League game going into it.
Yeah.
So this week they're going to play Europa League.
Yeah. So next week might be a bit tricky.
But they need to make sure they win when they've had a week off. They need to make sure they win.
I think on a bad run, who would you want at home? Watford.
Right now, yeah.
Great chance.
Watford, Brighton.
Yeah.
Those sorts of teams.
Norwich,
Newcastle,
Sheffield United, maybe not Sheffield United. Norwich,
Newcastle.
Yeah.
And they did what they need to do. I still think they'll be fine, but it is going to be a long season.
They'll be mid-table.
It's going to be a very long season for them.
They'll be fine.
On to yesterday's game, Leicester. What we've said, they're the third best team in the Premier League at the moment, and I think they showed it yesterday. 5-0, absolutely battered Newcastle.
Yeah, obviously Hayden decided to literally absolutely clatter someone, which was a very clever idea. And from then on, they literally just surrendered, and that was it. The second half was absolutely awful. And obviously, I know we can keep giving plaudits to Leicester. They played really well. It was against 10 men, but don't get carried away yet. We've got a long season to go.
Yeah.
I get everyone's going third best team and playing really well. I
Yeah,
get it.
but I think right now they are, and I think they're playing very well. But yeah, you do have to temper. You do have to temper yourself as a fan. You are Leicester at the end of the day, and it's not necessarily about playing really well and winning these games. It's about consistency along the season. Can
100%.
they do it throughout the season? I'm starting to think they're in for a very good shout to be able to. I think they've got the right manager in. I thought they've got the great squad.
Squad's strong.
But they still haven't got the depth of squad that even Spurs have. Arsenal, Chelsea.
They will have the benefit of not playing in Europe, which is a massive plus, and they can just concentrate on the league.
But there's still a few injuries away from struggling. If Vardy gets injured, is Jose Perez the person to pick up the pieces? I don't think so.
No, agreed. As you say, key players go at that team, you suddenly go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how
so,
they get on.
if everything goes their way, luck's on their side. They should be at this point now targeting top 6 minimum.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
They should think we're better than Man United.
Yeah.
We're better than Chelsea.
Yeah.
We're at least as good as Spurs and Arsenal.
Yeah, at the moment they're more consistent than Spurs and Arsenal, and that's why they're ahead at the moment.
And we said about Chelsea starting to find their rhythm now, that they could be they're getting towards Tottenham and Arsenal's level too.
Yeah.
Especially this season, the way Spurs and Arsenal have played so far. Leicester should be thinking that's our group now. We're better than Everton. We're better than West Ham. Yeah. We are in that. Let's make that top 6 to top 7, or let's make sure that Man United aren't anywhere.
Yeah, as you say, I think away from home against someone a little bit difficult, like a Burnley or someone like that, that's where they might come unstuck.
Still think they've got the players. They've got Maddison and Tielemans can unlock a defense.
And he didn't play Maddison yesterday, and they still looked very, very good.
Yeah,
we'll see how we go. It's early days. I remember having this conversation about Southampton years ago.
Yeah.
When they beat United at Old Trafford, everyone went, wow, they're going to finish top 4.
Yeah.
Finish nowhere near.
Yeah, and now they're really struggling. As for Newcastle, you missed it. So I just shone Love Sport yesterday, and we had a caller on from the Newcastle Supporters Trust, and we were saying what's gone wrong at the club, all of that, and he said,
isn't it?
yeah, but he said you've got to look at the training facilities. The swimming pool's not good enough. We don't even have a proper swimming pool. So I've never heard someone say the reason their football team's not doing well is because the swimming pool's not good enough. It's like, but there's so many injuries and recovery, and it did sort of make sense, but it was still quite.
Don't get me wrong. I'll give him his due. They do have injuries. They do have a lot of injuries, but it's proven that they didn't recruit very well in the summer, and they're in this position because Mike Ashley is not. Yeah, and I was the club where it's meant to be going.
I was sort of under the impression that Newcastle had a decent start to the season, and then I looked at the table.
Just beaten Spurs, and
they've beaten Spurs. They've drawn twice. They're second bottom. They're struggling. Joelinton's doing nothing.
No, Almiron's
Almiron. I told you, Almiron. MLS. It's not a good league. He was good there, but he's done nothing in the Premier League.
What's it?
Beyond that, there's not a lot of players in that side. Alan Saint-Maximini's had injuries. He's not really done a lot apart from that. Willems.
I like people like Matt Ritchie. They'll give their all themselves, but apart from that, there's
still
not
championship
a lot.
Players,
100% done it. He's terrible.
Was it you said on Thursday that they've been in the Premier League 4 years now?
Yeah,
they've still got a championship side.
Of course they have. That's the thing. They just haven't replaced Perez or Rondon, and they are gonna really struggle with a unfit Carroll, Muto. Absolutely.
Is it Muto a Pokemon?
Adrian, I thought of Adrian Mutu though. That's a better player at the moment.
Yeah, even in his 40s.
Yeah, and obviously Joelinton, who I can't see scoring a goal for.
He doesn't look very good.
He's just terrible.
He doesn't look very good.
So
40 mil.
Where the hell are they going to score? They could have spent us so much better. You've got 3 or 4 players.
And this is one of the problems with fans going on like, we need to spend money, we need to break the record. It's not necessarily about spending loads of money. It's about that you can spend a load of money and buy a load of rubbish.
It's improving the squad where it needs to be improved.
Exactly. I mean, they needed a striker. They got Joelinton. They spent 40 mil on him. He's awful. They could have got someone slightly better for a quarter of that money.
There's probably a player in the Championship who would have hit the ground running for 5,
I tell you
6, 7, 8
you
million.
who's scoring for fun. The Brentford striker. What's his name? Watkins. He's got 5. Got 6. He scored a hat trick yesterday.
There you go.
I mean, I know he's sort of the unknown. He's replacing Morpie.
Yeah.
It just shows you how much would he
like
cost.
Kemar Roof or something from who is it? Leeds, isn't it? Just someone who buzzes around, just something a bit different.
And again, you can say, well, it's the argument's their championship players,
but it's half the price, and you could get 3 or 4 of them.
Joelinton's been bad. I would have even gone in for Oliver McBurney. He was 20 mil. It's half the price.
Yeah, and he scored
just as many goals.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in trouble. They're in massive trouble.
Yeah, they need to. There's spending money and then there's buying.
And I don't blame Bruce at all. He's been put in a terrible position, and he's got to work with what he's got. And
it's not as good as Rafa Benitez.
No, it's not, and I wish him the best. But to be fair, Benitez was struggling at this point this time last year. So
yeah, but I think Newcastle are going to go down.
Yeah, unless there's massive strengthening in January, and hopefully they're still in touch by that point. We'll see.
I know Watford are bottom, but Newcastle still, for me, look like the worst team in the Premier League. I feel like Watford's squad is Premier League level. Watford players have got the ability to turn it around.
So I don't know why Newcastle didn't go for Welbeck. Welbeck would have been great there.
Yeah, again, injury prone.
Agreed, but he would be a little bit more lively than who's there at the moment. And yeah, I agree with you. Watford got a great squad.
Even I tell you what, Fernando Llorente was available for free.
Yeah,
available for free.
Yeah,
there's so many players that were available at the end of last season. Divock Origi, I wonder how much they would have got him for.
Yeah,
would have been 14.
He was on loan. Just take him on loan. He would have done really well.
Rhian Brewster on loan, a young player on loan from one of these. Michy Batshuayi's barely getting a game.
Exactly.
Like, there's so many players that would have cost you less than 40 million. Would have been better.
If they got any sense, they look at it in January and go, "Who's not playing at the big teams? Right, we'll take him on loan for the season."
Agreed. 6 months. 6 months loan. Batshuayi, like he did at Palace last season, will be available. I'm sure. Rhian Brewster may be available.
Yeah.
There'll be loads and loads. Even, and if you want to take a real punt, Troy Parrott, the young guy at Spurs, 17-year-old, looks all right.
Yeah.
It's a real risk, but it can't be any worse than what they've got.
Yeah.
There's players. There's loads of players that are good enough. Oh, I tell you who they could have got. Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah.
From Arsenal.
Scoring
gone to
goals
Leeds,
at Leeds.
scoring loads of goals. Would have been perfect.
Yeah, agreed.
It's quick, getting behind when you're counter-attacking.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Newcastle recruitment has been terrible.
Yeah, it's just an easy thing to do. Look at the loan system. Just look at the kids who are coming through and go, that'd be great to have one of them R squads. They'll just bring a bit of life and enthusiasm to the team.
But then the fans will be like, we haven't broken the transfer record since Michael Owen. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't mean anything. But if you can buy a great player for 2 mil, or you can buy a rubbish player for 50 mil.
Yeah, you could have had a Harvey Elliott or Emile Smith-Rowe in your midfield and going, do you know what, that's a really good idea.
Man, like, look at one of the he's not playing well this season. One of the best players at Spurs over the last 5 years has been Dele Alli. We got him for £5 million. Don't have to break the bank.
No, just look down the lower leagues and see who's playing well and just give it a go.
It's not all about breaking a transfer record. And you've got to remember, when you broke that transfer record, Newcastle finishing in the top 4. They've barely done it since. And I know that transfer, like the numbers have gone up massively. But still, you were finishing top 4, and they're not now.
That's enough about Newcastle.
That's enough about Newcastle. That's enough about pub football, I think. We're just off to go and watch Man United Arsenal. We will review that game at the start of the show on Thursday when we look ahead to next weekend's Premier League. We'll probably talk a little bit about the Champions League as well. This was episode 14.
And Europa League, thank you very much.
Well, the Europa League won't have happened, and no one cares. Apart from Wolves fans. Apart from Wolves fans, no one cares about the Europa League, do they? And lots of other countries. Until you get to the final, then you start to care.
Knockout stages.
This is episode football of Pub Football. I'm Miles, this is Jimmy.
Football of Pub Football.
Episode 14 of Pub Football. Did I not say that?
I thought you said
it's been long. Anyway, stop interrupting me when I'm trying to do my outro. This is my bit, this is my moment.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think. We've had people suggesting which shirts they want to see behind us. We've had
if anyone's got shirts as well, retro ones.
The PVNDA crew saying that they want an Everton shirt back here. Please do get in touch, send them over. We'd love to have them up. We will not damage them and we'll send them back. Don't worry about that.
I will be wearing them to work. No, joking.
We haven't mentioned what you're wearing today.
Yeah, well, we were in a bit of a
wearing
rush.
a tie.
Yeah.
He wants to be the pub football manager.
I'm Southgate, leave me alone.
The pub football manager. You've not got a waistcoat on. Anyway, one thing left to say, 'cause this has gone way too long. Cheers.
Cheers.